Let's take a look at who are these Babylonians who invented solar cycle. Babylonians are descendants of Sumerian, the first modern human civilization 6,000 years ago, earlier than ancient Egypt. It's located in Mesopotamia, or modern-day Syria and Iraq, the birthplace of Abraham, the father of three religions, Hebrew, Christian, and Islam. It's the cradle of civilization. Their inventions and achievements are still used today. Astronomy, irrigation, architecture, mathematics, politics, code of law, urban planning, almost everything except internet and cable TV. They are very smart people. Their alphabets, cuneiform, consist of 400 characters, not 26 characters ABCD like us. Their numeral system is sexagesimal or base 60, not base 10 like us. Sexagesimal is very good for counting big numbers and small numbers, still used today for measuring time, angles, and geographic coordinates. They are the one who invented 360 degrees in a circle. Do you know why there are 660 degrees in a circle? It's the average days of the sun and the moon circling the earth in a year. The sun is circling the earth in 365.2425 days, and the moon is circling the earth in 354.3829 days. Add those numbers, you will get 719.61 days. So the average of lunar and solar days in a year is 359.8 days, rounding to 360 days. That's where the Babylonians got the idea of 360 degrees in a circle and got sexagesimal numeric system base 60. It's really natural science. They are the one who invented lunar calendar, synodic month, the real astronomical event. The beginning and ending of each month is based on moon phases, hence the name month. That's natural science. On the other hand, modern-day solar calendar system is based on nothing. If you want to make solar calendar based on natural phenomena, the new year should be either summer June 22nd, autumn September 23rd, winter December 22nd, or spring March 21st. But solar calendar starts with January the 1st, which means nothing, and ends with December 31st, which also means nothing. It's not really solar calendar, and every date of the month has nothing to do with the moon. You're using a wrong calendar system. Yet Babylonians were aware of solar cycle too, so they invented the so-called lunisolar calendar. Its lunar calendar consists of 12 months, the closest lunar cycle with solar cycle in a year. They are the one who invented 7 days in a week. They observed the stars are moving in the same directions and the same speed, except there are 7 sky objects that move differently. They call it the 7 wandering stars. Later, by the ancient Greeks, is called planets. That's the origin of the word planet. Planet is not a ball that living creature can live on it like you always see in CGI cartoons published by NASA. Planet is a wandering star, a star which has its own path and speed circling the Earth. Those 7 wandering stars or 7 planets of the Earth are the Sun, the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. Then Babylonians devoted 7 days every week to honor those 7 wandering stars. The first day to honor the Sun, hence the name Sunday. Second day to honor the Moon, Monday. Third day is for Mars, or in Nordic is called Tyr, Tuesday. Fourth day for Mercury, Mercredi in French. In German and Dutch is called Odin or Woden, Wednesday. Fifth day for Jupiter, Jueves in Spanish, is Nordic god Thor, Thursday. Sixth day to honor Venus, Viernes in Spanish, it's Nordic god of Frigg, Friday. The seventh day to honor Saturn, Saturday. That's the influence of Babylonian culture. We still use it until now. Babylonians are the ones who invented the concept of clock, the sundial. Then they divided a day by 12 hours daytime and 12 hours nighttime. Where did they get the number 12? Of course, it's the 12 zodiac constellations in a year, and it takes 12 lunar cycles or months for the sun to return to its original position. Like every other celestial body circling the Earth in a certain cycle, Babylonians observed that solar and lunar eclipses happen in a cycle of 18 years, 11 days and 8 hours. That's the only way to predict eclipses. Nothing to do with heliocentric speeds and distances. Babylonians were using lunar calendar. They knew that solar eclipses always happen in new moon and lunar eclipses always happen in full moon. They knew well that during solar eclipses, the moon's position is at the nearest point to the sun. Yet, they never thought it's the moon that eclipsing the sun. This is very interesting. Since kids, we've been told and educated in schools that solar eclipses are caused by the moon and moon eclipses are caused by the whole Earth's shadow. A theory without any single proof, but taught in schools like a fact. Babylonians, however, observed the sky much more often and more careful than us. They didn't have internet and cable TV or social media to chat. They had the luxury of time to live in harmony with nature. Why didn't they think it's the moon that eclipsing the sun? First, because they knew there are so many unseen celestial bodies in the sky. Second, because they knew the moon is behind the sun. If the moon is in front of the sun, you would see the moon is getting close to the sun before eclipses, right? But you never see it. Let's use our logics here. Why can't you see the stars during daytime? Because the sun is too bright, right? And because the stars are behind the sun. There is no star between the sun and the earth, even according to heliocentrism. All stars are behind the sun. The sun is very bright at daytime, therefore you can't see the stars during daytime. But the moon is 400 times closer than the sun, according to heliocentrism. The moon is between the earth and the sun when it's new moon, and is behind the earth when it's full moon. Sometimes you can see the moon very clear in the morning. So why can't you see the moon when it's new moon? Because the sun is too bright? Hell no. You can see every single object in front of the sun during daytime. You can see the clouds, airplanes, birds, etc. Sometimes you can see the moon in the sunlight. So why can't you see the moon when it's new moon? Because the moon is in unseen position? No, it's not correct either. Even in heliocentrism, the moon is near the sun during the new moon. So why you never see the moon when it's new moon? Because the moon is behind the sun at the time of the new moon. Third, Babylonians who invented saros cycle never thought the sun is eclipsed by the moon because they knew the moon's body can't eclipse the sun. Ancient people were aware of many unidentified celestial bodies that sometimes can be seen with naked eyes. Only a dark celestial body can eclipse the sun out of nowhere. Just like lunar eclipses are caused by other celestial bodies, so are solar eclipses. Babylonians called it the planet of crossing, planet X, dark sun if you will. And so do every cultures in the world. In India, they call it Rahu and Ketu. In Java, Indonesia, they call it Batara Kala. Not because ancient people are stupid, but because they really use their senses. Their senses told them it's not the moon eclipsing the sun, it's a dark sky object that can absorb light. And it's not the Earth's shadow that eclipsed the moon either. It's a similar dark sky object. And you know what? They didn't just make theories. They calculated the cycle of these dark objects, so accurate we still use today, saros cycle. On the other hand, you don't use your own eyes and your own senses. You just follow what NASA told you.